Well, coming up on the Georgia scene, Dragon Con has come and gone this year, but the memories, well, they'll last a lifetime. Just ahead, we're talking to the woman who turns trash into terrific costumes you won't see anywhere else.
Plus, many of us have dreams of being in front of the camera, and it might be easier than you think. Stick around. Casting Call is ahead.
Oh, hello! I'm world-renowned thespian Shula Hensley, and you're watching the Georgia scene on Fox 5. Nailed it!
Welcome back to the Georgia scene. Dragon Con is a place where sci-fi fans can strut their stuff and dress up as their favorite characters.
And some of their outfits can be truly amazing, but there's one woman whose work really stands out.
I'm trying to watch what's going on in this video back here. I love these. Georgia scene contributor Jaclyn Shultz caught up with designer Paige Gardner, who could be called the Queen of Costumes.
The real stars of the show at Dragon Con are the thousands of people and fans dressed up as their favorite characters. Today, I'm rocking out Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, but we're going to meet the people whose costumes really should and could be on a movie set.
It turned into a complete full-time passion for me.
Even the folks who run Dragon Con say Paige Gardner is quite the star. In a pop-up museum where costume creators from the film industry show their best.
This is Siri.
Paige's work is right here. A little known secret, Dragon Con helps costume designers bring your next hero or even villain to life on the big screen or small screen.
We just don't tend to keep secrets. We share among ourselves, and that includes those among us who have moved into the professional ranks. We have professionals saying, I've never seen this before.
You won't believe Paige's day job. She works at Home Depot for inspiration.
So it's full of inspiration. The things at Home Depot, the shapes and plumbing to the wiring and electrical, the weirdest thing I've found is lumber strapping they throw away.
So you literally take trash and then turn it into these treasures.
It can be trash and debris, salvage, thrift stores.
For those people at home who literally only dress up maybe at Halloween, what's the magic of dressing up for Dragon Con?
If you've ever watched a TV show that you love, if you've ever been just really absorbed into a movie, you're walking among the things you love.
No surprise when Paige struts her stuff, it's a real showstopper.
I'm 54. I do get a lot of reaction from people who say, oh my gosh, sure. And I say, old enough to be your grandmother?
And they're gonna finish your registration.
So if you think you're meant to be seen at Dragon Con, you come here to the Georgia Aquarium's Legend of the Chosen. Paige, of course, is one of the gatekeepers of the pageant. At this costume contest, the last thing you want to be is a fish out of water, so to speak, especially with Paige as a casting director. So get ready to strut your stuff and strut your fins.
We're looking for the best examples within genres, that aha moment when we want to take your breath away.
Bring them to life, so to speak.
Exactly.
That's what Dragon Con is all about.
It's full of nostalgia, it's full of enthusiasm, and instead of just watching it on a small screen or reading it in a comic book or playing it behind your console, when you come to Dragon Con, you're walking among it. You're immersed in the things you love.
Maybe you love what you see enough to come out to Dragon Con next year. For the Georgia scene, I'm Jaclyn Shultz.
Nice costumes,
Yes,
Jaclyn, too.
I know,
I
right?
love that. All right. Just to give you an idea of how big Dragon Con is, organizers say this year's event brought in an estimated 80,000 fans from all 50 states and countries, including Australia and Japan.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people here in Metro Atlanta.
80,000.
But Jaclyn clearly was the standout. She looked amazing. I love that.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Oh my
me
that
too.
Was,
that
was
cool.
great. Hey, coming up, you don't have to be an A-list actor to be a part of Georgia's film scene. There are countless opportunities to get yourself in front of the camera, and Greg Clarkson is back for Casting Call. That's next.
Plus, Atlanta's music culture is known around the country, and it's beginning to mix with Georgia's film scene. Coming up, we're talking to local composers who are making the transition from music to movies.